Thank you very much for that. As we've mentioned, it is Pride Day here out at the New York State Fair. The first fair in America, by the way, to have a Pride Day. That was all the way back in 2015.
That's right, and we're so thrilled that all of you have joined us. They're all members of the U.S. military, also members of the LGBTQ community, and I want to introduce each and every one of you. We have Sergeant David Prasad, Staff Sergeant LaShawn Amin, and Sergeant Chris Glover. Thank you for being here. Members of the military, tell us why you decided to join the military, why that was important for you.
So that's a question I get asked quite a bit.
Yeah.
So I, like many people, joined for the money for college. I applied. I'm from Connecticut, so not very far from here. I applied to 6 different colleges, got into every single one. My home school is University of Connecticut. That's where I wanted to go. But I got offered for Pell Grants and student loans. My offering was $20,000 to student loans. And at the time, you know, I really could not fathom graduating with student loans, and I wanted an alternative way to pay for college. So I one night Googled, you know, how to pay for college, and of course, GoArmy.com came up as the sponsored ad. And it's been an absolute roller coaster and a rewarding experience ever since then. I'm 32 years old. I ended up getting 2 undergraduate degrees. I did my master's at the George Washington University. In November, I'll defend my dissertation for my PhD. So, you know, they gave me $250,000 worth of education, and I've continued to stay because I can honestly attest, being a member of the community, that the Army has been a family, and I continue to stay because, you know, it's an encouraging and rewarding experience.
Sergeant Amin, I want to ask you, what does it mean to say that the Army is inclusive? What's it mean to have Pride Day and the Army be a part of that?
It means a lot, especially because there's a lot of people that feel like they cannot serve this country because of their own preferences. So it does mean a lot to us to be able to still serve and still protect this country despite our preferences.
Sergeant Glover, I want to just ask you quickly. I mean, you know, we can say that. How do you do it in the Army? How do you show it? How do you support people of the LGBTQ?
How we support it now is our Equal Opportunity Office runs events all month long, just like every other month that is designated federally. We do all kinds of events, we decorate, we celebrate. It's no longer hiding. We're allowed to communicate. Everybody knows it doesn't matter whether you're married to a man, woman, someone who's non-binary, asexual, none of that matters. And any service member that wants to transition can transition in service. And now those that have transitioned prior to service, we have a handbook and a guide where we can help them enlist now. It takes longer, but it's worth the effort if it's something you want to do.
And Sergeant Prasad, do you also feel there's still a lot of misconceptions?
I do believe that the civilian population has a lot of misconceptions of how inclusive the Army is. I tell everybody I meet that the Army is a direct reflection of the community, the U.S., the United States. It's a very diverse organization. It's one of the reasons why I've stayed. You know, being a gay member, it's hard depending on where you go, and I'll say that I've never experienced any issues since being in the military. If anything, you know, I've been encouraged. I'm a first sergeant in the United States Army. I did it in 11 years. That's, you know, a really record time. I'm only 32 years old, and I've always been supported. The Army is 100% inclusive. If anyone is a part of the community and thinking about joining the service, I say, you know, talk to a United States Army recruiter first, hear firsthand about our experiences, and then really decide if it's something for you.
I appreciate all 3 of you being here and sharing such an important message and, you know, clearing up the misconceptions. Yeah. There's so many of them.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm sure that you all maybe have already, or you will have pizza free while you're out at the fair, right? Come on, right? It's a staple.
It's a staple. It's amazingly delicious. We want to go to News Channel 9's Ashley Kufaro as she takes us behind the scenes of creation of a pizza free.